What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the channel. This is Boston Chris, aka Buckshot33, and also I have picked up a new nickname, which is Mr. Thursday Night, because of being on the JLS live show. So again, it's me, Boston Chris. Welcome to my channel, Boston Chris Comics. And so we have a video that I wanted to do for you guys. I wanted to show you some stuff. I just haven't made an actual new book haul in a little bit, so I wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way, and just show off some of the new stuff I picked up over the past couple of weeks. And I know it's a little bit late. I meant to try to do it over the weekend, but just was busy with Easter, and then the weekend before that was my daughter's second birthday party, so it's just been kind of a little busy time for me. But I'm here. I'm ready to show some video. I'm ready to show some books and shoot a new video. So here we go. So I'm gonna start it off with everybody's favorite artist to hate, and that is, we have here Major X #1. Of course, this is some wonderful Rob Liefeld goodness here. Overall story wasn't too bad. I read it. I didn't hate it. The art is what it is. It's Liefeld. It is, the one thing that I took away from this book, and I think I said it on the JLS live show when I was talking about it, is that, if you notice on here, so you have the new character, you have Deadpool, you have Wolverine, you have Cable. They had a whole bunch of heavy hitters in this one book to try to sell it. I'm not sure how strong the story is going to be. I picked it up because new character. Not sure what kind of plans they have for it, but, it's always good to pick it up because you never know. So all of a sudden, Major X picks up steam and becomes this whole new big thing. Then, hey, you know what? You'd be happy you bought it, and you feel like a fool if you didn't. So, let's see. There's at least one first appearance, I think, in here. Like, you have the reveal of Major X, so you find out who he actually is. And then you have, what's his name? Judge Pool, whatever the hell his name was. So basically like a Deadpool clone. My God, what the hell do they call him? I think it's like Judge Pool or something like that. Dreadpool, that's what it was. Dreadpool. So, almost kind of poking fun at the fact that you have a character that basically is, Major X is basically Judge Dredd and Deadpool mixed together, but they have an actual villain in the book called Dreadpool, so yeah, picked it up for that reason. Next up, we have Conan #5. Again, pretty cool series. They're doing well with this one. I've enjoyed it so far. They have Jason Aaron writing it, and Jason Aaron writes really good stories. If you're familiar with him from the previous run of Thor and everything, really good stuff there. Also picked up Immortal Hulk #16. Continuing on with that. I kind of missed the boat on that series. I could have picked it up. It just came out at a time that I had a lot of stuff going on and didn't feel like picking up another title. And, I just kind of pick up the ones that people are like, oh, these are the key, you gotta get this one. So I didn't pick up 1, didn't pick up 2, but I picked up, I think it's 10 and #16. So we'll see what happens with those. I just have them just to have them for now. Next we have Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys the Marvel History #2. This is the variant. I forget who did this cover. Definitely not Todd Knock, even though he's listed as the penciler for the issue. But moving on, we have ourselves a cool True Believers here. This is the True Believers of Infinity Gauntlet #4. Gearing up for the Endgame and everything. And then we have True Believers Nebula. Woo, pretty cool. So in this issue, Nebula is actually revealed as Thanos' granddaughter. Contrary to what the movies will tell you, she is his granddaughter, not his daughter, but it's whatever. Next, we picked up from here War of the Realms. This is issue #1. This is the George Perez variant, and I picked this up just because You know, George Perez is retiring, and I figure it's pretty cool to have one of his last works, one of the last things that he did. So definitely felt the need to pick that up just because George Perez is really cool. I'm going to do my best to try to get to meet him again, just to kind of, you know, give him a good farewell, as far as, you know, just tell him thank you, and, you know, also see if I can get my Infinity War stuff signed at Terrificon this year. It's the last con he's going to be doing up in this area, so I wanted to go ahead and just attend that, and also, you know, see George and thank him for everything he's done. I've talked about him many times. I've actually gotten to meet him twice, and he's just a really, really nice guy, and just a super cool artist, and just overall, I think one of the nicest creators I've ever met. So, you know, he's someone who I, you know, do feel like, you know, deserves to be thanked and deserves to actually have people tell him, hey man, thank you for doing what you did. You know, ultra nice guy. So for me, you know, I just, you know, I like getting the chance to say hi to him, and you know, whether he recognizes you or not, he's just a genuinely nice guy. So, you know, just really cool guy to meet. So definitely want to go ahead and say hi to George when I get a chance. Next, we picked up Astro Hustle #2. Pretty cool book. You know, it's kind of a space pirate, space outlaw type thing. Not too bad of the story. I think it's okay. Art isn't the greatest, but it's not terrible either. But it's definitely a fun story, and I like how they have that like retro '80s feel to it. I have to say this issue is pretty cool. They have some pretty good twists in there that kind of drive the story and make it pretty fun to read. So if you see it in your shop, pick it up because it's a good story. Next, we have another True Believers. This is Thanos and Gamora. I think this is the Infinity Watch number 8 or 9, something like that. And then we have a book that I actually have a couple of, which is True Believers of Thor 337. This is the, 339, I think it is. Hold everything. Because I know 337 is just him on the cover smashing through it. Yes, 339. This is the first appearance of the Stormbreaker, the hammer that Thor uses in the Avengers movies and everything, that he's used in the last Avengers movie, and that he should still have in Endgame, but pretty cool. Definitely a fun one to have. Next we have Avengers Ronin, so this is continuing on the Ronin story from that new Avengers storyline. We got Batman issue number 68. This is an Amanda Conner cover. Pretty cool stuff there. You don't normally see Amanda Conner working on Batman, so it was a pretty fun issue to pick up. I don't think she's. I think she's only doing just a guest spot on this one, because there was a different artist that's on 69. I actually picked that up as well, which I'll get to. We have Flash number 68. Still going strong, still doing well as a title. Definitely worth picking up. Then we have Batman Who Laughs number 4. Again, really solid story. I was, you know, skeptical on what they were going to do with that character, just because I know that he was the big takeaway from the Metal storyline and everything. So everybody was like, oh, you know, this guy, and you know. Overall, his story has been pretty cool. I like how they've gone ahead and, you know, not just made him a character that everybody was like, oh, like, he's going to be the Beast, and he's going to, you know, be the guy that, like, you know, stands up the most, because he's, you know, just the craziest looking of the, of those, you know, Batman through the Metal. Like, you had the Red Death, you had Dawnbreaker, Murder Machine, The Drowned, and then also you had Batman Who Laughs, and he seemed to be the guy who took center stage. But they've done a good job of putting him out in that comic, and also tying him into the Punisher Batman. Batman, I think is like Vengeance, something like that. I forget. I read it. It was also a good story, but definitely one that's pretty cool. I would say that if you're not into this and you kind of want to get into it, or if you just have too many titles that you're picking up and you just don't want to add this one to the list, Comics Explained. His channel does a really good job of explaining the different issues, and he's good to do. Like, he's done one for every single issue so far. So if you're looking for somebody else to go ahead and kind of let you see that story, or just looking for a little bit more insight as to who that character is and what's going on with them, watch on Comics Explained. He has a bunch of videos talking about Batman Who Laughs in that series. Next, we picked up the Scotty Young variant. Oh yeah, of Spider-Man, symbiote Spider-Man. So really cool. As soon as I saw it in my shop, I was like, yeah, I gotta have it. Big fan of Scotty Young. I love the stuff that he does. And next we have Dead Man Logan issue 6 of 12. It's pretty crazy to think that it's halfway done. Because I remember when they first started that, right after the Old Man Logan line died, was discontinued. They started this up, and so we're halfway through. It's been a pretty fun story. I think that they're doing that character justice and giving him a good send off. So definitely, I would say worth picking up. Then again, I mean, if you're more into trades, if you don't want to pick up this, if you have other titles, you can always pick it up and trade. But it's definitely worth it. Along with that, with the Old Man Logan run that went over the past couple of years, also really good. Next we have War of the Realms issue number 2. Pretty cool. I'm going with a regular cover for this one, so we get the Art Adams cover. The cover itself is a connecting cover, which is pretty cool. That it's if you get all of them, you can kind of connect them up. But I figure I will maybe at some point do that later on, just because there's so many different so many different covers that come out every week with that eventually this is going to make its way into dollar bins, and I'll be able to hopefully pick up all the connecting covers and then put them in like that. But we'll see. Next we have Major X number 2. The story wasn't as strong this time around, which is what I feared after reading the first one. I don't think it's bad. I just think it's just not as good as it could be. And this is what I thought was going to happen. Like, I had the feeling that they were going to go ahead and just kind of bring out all the heavy hitters at once and try to give you everything in just the first issue. And, the story would kind of just wane over time. So second issue wasn't as good as the first. Hopefully they can turn that around a little bit. But we'll see what happens. Next we have Old Man Quill number 4. I've actually been enjoying this series. I don't think it's a bad series at all. It's a little different. It's not quite the same feel as like Old Man Logan, Old Man Hawkeye, but it is kind of fun. He's got a bunch of the Guardians there with him, and you kind of just see him kind of going through the Marvel universe. Just kind of going through his oldest stage with this stuff, and I think for a lot of people, they're starting to get burnt out on the old man this one, old man that one, but overall it wasn't too bad. I'm enjoying it. I don't think it's it's not as strong as Old Man Logan, the original. Old Man Hawkeye was actually really good, but it's not terrible. I would say it's worth giving a chance to probably pick up and trade if you're not into picking up another series. But if you do like the Old Man series, it's a good one. I really don't have a problem with it. Next we have True Believers Avengers Endgame. So I'm not sure if this ties in. I know that this is an issue where you have Black Panther, and it's not when he joins, I don't think. Just the final battle, and here they are fighting against Namor, and you have Black Panther. Kang is in the book as well, and then also the Black Knight. So I think that this one introduces the Black Knight into the Avengers and everything. Not actually if he joins. I haven't actually read it, but I will take a look at it and check it out. But I have a feeling that this is more of a maybe kind of a tie-in based on the movie a little bit, so we'll see what happens. But then we have Avengers True Believers. This is the Infinity Gauntlet number 6, where Gamora takes the gauntlet. This may actually have something to do with what actually happens in Endgame. We'll see. Next we have Avengers The Gatherer Saga, and the Gatherers, I think, the Gardeners are the ones that they've mentioned as far as the movie's concerned. But the Gatherers end up being, may end up being something that comes up in the movie. I don't know for sure. I just, pick these True Believers up just because it's fun to get. And they're only $1. The one thing I've noticed though is I have a lot of them. So may have to get a little bit more selective of my True Believers going forward, but we'll see. Speaking of reprints, because I know that I have another reprint that was pretty cool to have, which is the facsimile reprint of Amazing Spider-Man 252. I actually own a copy of 252, but it's slabbed, and so I've never actually read this story. So this is awesome to get because I can actually read the story. The slab that I have, it wasn't in my collection beforehand. I just actually bought it slabbed a few years ago, just because the price was right, and I just thought it was pretty cool to pick up. So I went ahead and bought it. But next we have Batman issue number 69. So pretty cool cover there. The one that they had wasn't all that great. It was it was not what I was looking for as far as being just when you have the potential of getting a what looks like a Matina or just that really cool painted cover versus the cover that they had, the drawn one that didn't look all that great. You go with that. But Yannick Paquette is the artist on this one, so pretty cool stuff there. And you have a Matina cover, so I mean you're always gonna go with the Matina. That's just my thoughts on it. But next we have the last new book that I picked up, which is a comic from Ahoy called Planet of the Nerds. This actually was a pretty fun read, pretty good book. I thought that overall it was definitely really heavily 80s inspired in the beginning, and then you kind of see what these guys do when they get kind of transported or frozen in time and transported into 2019. They start out in what I would guess is like 1988. So they get transported 21 years in the future and get to see like how life is and everything like that. Overall, it was a pretty cool read. I'll look to get the next one as well because it has a lot of stuff going on. I thought it was pretty cool. But that you may have a little bit of trouble finding just because Ahoy comics usually tend to be low print runs. But if you see it, pick it up. I think it's going to be a good one. I don't think it's going to end up necessarily getting any sort of speculation value other than it's just a fun read. So that's just my thoughts. So as I always say to everybody all the time, I'm always a big proponent of picking up a back issue just because it's just fun to do, and I actually picked up a few over the past 2 weeks that I wanted to go ahead and show off. A couple of them are pretty cool ones, and the fun part with these is that my shop ends up getting collections from time to time, and a lot of times, unless it's like super, really, books that are in like super great shape, or sometimes, somebody will bring just a huge collection of stuff, and they already have, the ones that they just kind of just throw directly into some of the bins. So I was able to pull these out of their $3 bin, and so just to kind of show the stuff I got. So we have really cool Mike Zeck cover here for Captain America. This is issue number 332, and I think this is around the time that Captain America kind of stops having faith in being Captain America and wants to kind of give up the role. Just a really cool cover where you have the flag and it's like dripping blood down. Really cool. Again, it's a Mike Zeck cover, so you can't go wrong with that. Next we have another Mike Zeck cover, Captain America 321. Awesome cover because he's got the Uzi, he's just shooting out. Pretty cool stuff there. Next we have this is the what was this one? The origin of Airwalker and Firelord. So not his first issue, not his first appearance. His first appearance was 225, but this is pretty cool because get origin of two characters in this one. Next we have Ms. Marvel number 20. So this is where Ms. Marvel gets that black suit. She changes her costume from the the Ms. Marvel that with like the actual Kree insignia and everything like that you saw you know, Captain Marvel wearing for a while in like the 70s and 80s, and she, you know, gets that, you know, the S, you know, the black suit that, you know, kind of became more popular towards the towards like the last decade, I guess, when she was in the like New Avengers and all that stuff. And then we have another book, and this actually was really happy to see it when I saw it, and it was just like, you know, in the bin. I was like, "Are you sure?" And you know, it's in very decent shape. It could definitely use a pressing, but it's in really good shape overall. That is Captain America number 217. So this is the first appearance of Quasar, called Marvel Boy, or you know, so his first appearance, his name is Wendell Vaughn, and then you know, he you know, ends up being called Marvel Boy, and I think that's more to the Incredible Hulk. And I think he gets called Quasar a little bit later after that, but this is his first appearance right in here, and then also the first appearance of the Shield Super Agents, so pretty cool. And then we have another one that kind of caught the eye of a lot of speculators, actually, based on some of the information that I guess that people have either gotten or leaked or whatever from or just, I guess, pure speculation based on Endgame. But it's one that I've actually seen, you know, people have actually started buying this and getting more than $10 for it, which is kind of crazy. But Thor 390. So this is the issue where Captain America actually picks up Thor's hammer and is able to wield it. So that's pretty cool. Happy about this one just because it's, you know, I got it for $3, and also, you know, newsstand on top of that, and it's in really good shape. So that's pretty much been my haul. That's the stuff that I was able to pick up over the past couple of weeks. So I want to thank everybody for watching. I know it's been a long video just because I had a lot to show, but again, thank you guys all for watching. I am heading to the Comic-Con, the Little Giant Comic-Con, actually, this Saturday. So I'm hoping to be able to get a couple of books signed by Jim Steranko, and also Sam De La Rosa, Al Milgrom, and a couple other people are going to be there. Mike Royer, who was he was the inker for Jack Kirby. So I'm going to have to go through and just, you know, check some databases, make sure to see, you know, the books I have and see what I can get signed and everything like that. And then also just keep up and see what I got for, you know, other issues as far as like my top 10 list, if I can find anything on there, or just what else is over there. So definitely looking forward to that. But that's going to be it for me. So I want to thank you guys all for watching. Again, this has been Boston Chris, Buckshot, or Mr. Thursday Night, whichever you'd like to call me. I'm out. Have a great night.